Hey everybody, Spartan here from SpartanTrading.com. I wanted to hit you guys with a trade review today and a little bit of a lesson and trade review on combined because I think it's fairly beneficial to show you what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, etc. So trade today I want to talk about is this BB trade, and it's actually still going on in the after hours. So what was going on with this BB? If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, I actually gave it to you guys quite early. I gave it to both my the swing room and the day trade room for ideas for longer term as well as intra week on the option side. But I want to talk about this trade that I was doing on it where I'm trading around a core position. Even though I like this trade longer term, I still want to lock in money in the short term. And I tend to do this on a lot of trades that I take just because I find that, well, it's going up anyways. Why not trade it in a separate account and make some more money to the upside, especially when it's got that momentum behind it. Anywho, this was the idea. Basically, I was talking about BB, autonomous EV play, EVs obviously being hot. Autonomous vehicle driving is going to be hot or is starting to get hot. So pretty speculative, but it was flagging on the daily, had the room to push to the upside. So I figured if you get some, eyes on it, then it can start to run. And it certainly did today. Spartan Trading, at Spartan Trading, by the way, is my Twitter handle. If you want to take a look, I give you guys free ideas and guide the SPY all day. So some good information there if you like that. Anyways, trading around the core. What is that? How does it work? Why do I do it? Now, like I said, even though I have longer term position on this on right now, or longer term positions on this on right now, or if you're trading weekly calls, whatever, you can still trade the equity. And I think it's a good idea to try to do that, to try and pay for those calls so you have no risk on, or, let's just say you don't trade options and you just want to trade the equity itself. This is another way to trade the equity intraday without, fully getting out of the position. Keeping a core piece on is when you grab a starter on the position, you add into the position. So let's say you started with, 500 shares. Your max size is 3,000 shares. So you get the 3,000 shares. And as it pushes to the upside, you're selling and taking profit into resistance levels or where you see sellers on the L2. As it flags to the upside, you're getting back into the position to full size. Now, when you're selling into these resistance areas or, when you see sellers on the L2 or what have you, you're not fully exiting the position. And what this is going to allow you to do is keep your average lower than if you were getting back in and then back out fully. This, from a mathematical standpoint, it, doesn't necessarily matter as much, but from an emotional standpoint and from a, trader standpoint in terms of ease of actually just paying attention to a ticker and being able to focus on it a little bit easier without that stress of, getting back in, am I too high, whatever. It takes a lot of that away. The risk reward I find is a lot better too when you keep a core piece on. So keeping a core piece on, this is what it looks like. Let's just say I had 3,000 shares. Started, took the trade long 820s, added a bunch at 827, sold a small piece at 826. Just was a little bit overweight there, so I was just reducing. As it pushed to the upside, selling to some resistance levels on the L2 when I saw sellers come in. I sold some more at 852. As the stock flagged back to the upside, added again full size. You can see that I kind of got heavy again on the name to the long side, and then just continued to sell on the way up. And as I saw, more buyers and buyers come in, just adding into the position back to my full position size. Pops again, you're selling into the pop a little bit more. So sold a bunch at $9. Pop more towards the 820, 815 level. Sold some more there. Pulled back into support. Decided I want to get back into the position here, 814, or add back to full size there. And I wanted to hold it overnight. At that point, I had a nice amount of cushion, about like $1, I would say, in profit that I could, certainly risk overnight. I didn't think it was going to pull back a full dollar because there's a lot of momentum behind it. And then the after hours, obviously, you can see that was pushing to the upside, scaled more at 950, scaled some more at 1005, and then I just sold a bunch more at 1082, 1045. I think it does go higher from here, but as you trade something with momentum, it's a good idea to keep a core position on, like I said, just because it gives you a lot of cushion to the downside, so you're not as stressed out as something comes back. You do have that profit behind you. Your average is going to remain lower, and it's going to help in terms of your risk reward. You're going to be able to essentially scalp the trade to the upside without having to go fully in and fully out of the position or out of the trade. I think you guys know what happens when you do chase a trade and you go fully in and fully out. You tend to get very protective. Oh, I don't want to give anything back. And you tend to get that mindset of, I want to just stay long and hopefully it can get back above my average. And I think a lot of people know what I'm talking about. When you have a core position, you avoid all of that mental hassle from that standpoint. So I think it's a lot easier for a trader to manage those positions. So just wanted to combine this lesson, guys. BB trading around a core, for a total of what, say 2.5 points from 820 to 1080 so far. I still think it has more room, but anyways, just wanted to combine that little lesson and trade review for you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to visit us at SpartanTrading.com. You can ask us questions at the contact page. You can send me an email, Spartan@SpartanTrading. You can obviously hit me up on Twitter or whatever. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good rest of the day, and we'll talk to you guys next week.